Elizabeth Bierman didn't know any engineers growing up. She did know about astronauts, though, and she was fascinated by these people who flew into space. When she started 4th grade, she got a brand new astronaut lunchbox. Inside was an application for NASA's Young Astronauts program, and Elizabeth promptly filled it out. She wanted to be one of those people who went to space. Just a few months later, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart just 73 seconds into its flight, killing all 7 astronauts on board. That could have been enough to discourage any child, but not Elizabeth. Instead, she wanted to learn everything about the astronauts who perished on that cold day. On a trip to Kennedy Space Center, Elizabeth learned 3 of the astronauts were aerospace engineers. A new world began to open up. Elizabeth also began begging to go to space camp, and this extremely shy child boarded a plane for her first plane ride. "My first everything," she told us. But when she arrived in Huntsville, Alabama, she found others with her same fascination with space. She proudly put on her space camp t-shirt and green visor. She still has them today, and joined the Martin Marietta team. As she and her teammates built rockets and took part in their missions, something began to be clear to Elizabeth. Engineers, she was learning, were problem solvers. This was new. In her mind, astronauts just went up to space. She hadn't realized until space camp what all had to happen to get them there. This was the beginning of the path to Elizabeth's future.
So if you talk to Elizabeth at all and find out her story, you know she went to space camp. And I think Elizabeth was able to see what people could actually do with an aerospace engineering degree because she experienced it firsthand in space camp.
It was the foundation for everything she did after that. When it came time for college, Elizabeth enrolled at Iowa State as an aerospace engineering major. As a freshman, she also joined the Society of Women Engineers to find friends and for support through the tough classes. She was always one of the few females, if not the only one, in those classes. She not only found friends, Elizabeth discovered a passion. Through SWE, she learned the value of mentors, of a community. She has stayed active in the organization ever since. Her work has served as an example to other women and her colleagues at Honeywell Aerospace, where she is a senior project manager.
She's a true inspiration to me and to the company. Through Elizabeth's work here at Honeywell, we now have a Women in Honeywell Engineering Network, something we didn't have before. It started at the grassroots level with her inspiration, and we've also enhanced our program to reach out through liaison programs, not just to the Society of Women Engineers, but the National Society of Black Engineers and the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers.
Elizabeth continues to encourage other young women to pursue careers in engineering. And when she talks about what led her to become an engineer, it all goes back to that lunchbox and going to space camp. She also tells her own 2 daughters, Lauren and Avery, that engineering, or whatever they want to do, is possible.
But I really think the thing that's great about Elizabeth is if you get a chance to talk to her, she makes you feel special, and she really is just, a very warm and caring person. And I think she feels like somebody that you want to get to know, even though she's done all these really great things on top of that. So it's a neat combination, and I think all the more reason that it's good to have her recognized here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are proud to introduce you to Elizabeth Bierman, the newest inductee into the Space Camp Hall of Fame.